Adam lived alone in a quiet house on the edge of a small town. The house was not new, but it was not too old either. It had white walls, a simple roof, and a backyard that most people would call ordinary. There was dry soil, a wooden fence, and one large tree standing near the center. Adam liked the calm of this place. After long workdays, the silence helped him rest his mind. Adam was not a man who searched for trouble. He worked at a local supply store, spoke little, and followed the same routine every day. Wake up early. Go to work. Come home before sunset. Eat dinner. Sleep. His life was steady, and he liked it that way. One Saturday morning, Adam decided to clean the backyard. He wanted to make the space better. Maybe plant vegetables or build a small sitting area. He picked up a shovel and began digging near the old tree. The soil was dry and loose, and the work felt easy at first. Then the shovel hit something solid. The sound was sharp and strange. It did not sound like stone or wood. It sounded hollow, like metal. Adam stopped digging. He pressed the shovel again in the same spot. The sound came back, clear and cold. His heart beat faster. He knelt down and used his hands to clear the dirt. The soil fell away, and something flat appeared beneath it. It was metal. Adam brushed away more dirt. The shape became clear. A square piece of metal was buried in the ground. It was rusty and old, but strong. In the center, there was a handle. Adam stared at it in silence. He had lived in this house for 6 years. He had never seen anything like this before. No one had told him about anything hidden in the yard. The house papers showed nothing unusual. Yet here it was. A metal hatch. Adam stood up and looked around. The fence was still. The houses nearby were quiet. No one was watching. The morning air felt heavier than before. He knelt again and grabbed the handle. It did not move. He pulled harder. The handle resisted, then slowly gave way with a loud creak. The metal hatch opened just enough to reveal darkness below. Cold air rushed upward, touching Adam's face. It smelled of soil, metal, and something old. Adam stepped back. His mind raced. Why would there be a hatch under his backyard? Who built it? When? And for what reason? The opening led straight down into darkness. A metal ladder was fixed to the wall below. The steps disappeared into shadows so deep that the light could not reach the bottom. Adam leaned closer and listened. There was no sound, no wind, no movement, just a deep and heavy silence. Every part of him said to close the hatch and walk away. This was not normal. This was not safe. But curiosity pulled him forward. Questions filled his mind, and he knew he would not sleep if he ignored them. Adam went back into the house and grabbed a flashlight. He also picked up his phone, just in case. When he returned to the hatch, the backyard looked different. The familiar place now felt like it was hiding something alive beneath the ground. He turned on the flashlight and pointed it into the opening. The beam showed metal walls and the top of the ladder. The air below felt colder than the morning air above. Adam took a deep breath. He placed one foot onto the first rung of the ladder. The metal was cold under his shoe. Slowly, he began to climb down. Each step echoed softly as he moved lower. The light from above grew weaker. After several steps, the hatch opening became a small square of daylight far above him. Adam kept going. The ladder was longer than he expected. His arms grew tense as he held on. Finally, his foot touched solid ground. He stepped off the ladder and turned around. He was standing in a narrow metal hallway. The walls were smooth but old. Rust marks ran along the edges. The air was still and quiet. The flashlight beam moved slowly as Adam looked around. The hallway stretched forward into darkness. Behind him, the ladder went up to the hatch. Above that was the world he knew. In front of him was something unknown. Adam stood still for a moment, listening. His own breathing sounded loud in the silence. The place felt empty, but not forgotten. It felt like it had been built with purpose. He took a few careful steps forward. The floor was solid metal. No dust moved. No signs of animals or water damage. This place had been sealed and protected. As he walked, he noticed markings on the walls. Lines and symbols carved into the metal. They were simple, but unfamiliar. Adam had never seen anything like them before. His heart beat faster. This was not a storm shelter. This was not a storage space. This place was something else. Adam reached the end of the hallway. The flashlight beam revealed a large metal door. It stood tall and heavy, with no handle on the outside. In the center of the door was a small panel. Adam raised his hand, but stopped. He hesitated. Once he touched that door, there would be no turning back. Whatever was hidden here had stayed hidden for a long time. Maybe it was meant to stay that way. But Adam had already come this far. He placed his hand on the metal panel. The metal felt warm. And in that moment, Adam realized that the hatch in his backyard was not just a forgotten structure. It was an entrance. And whatever waited beyond that door was about to change everything he believed about his home, his land, and his life. Adam kept his hand on the metal panel. The warmth surprised him. Everything else in the underground space felt cold and lifeless, but this panel felt alive in a strange way. He slowly pulled his hand back and looked around again, hoping to find another explanation. There was none. The hallway behind him was silent. The ladder stood still. The hatch above was far away now. Adam realized that if he wanted answers, he had to move forward. He placed his hand on the panel again. This time, the panel reacted. A soft hum filled the air. It was low and steady, not loud but clear enough to feel in his chest. Lines of light appeared across the surface of the door, forming shapes that slowly connected. Adam stepped back, his heart racing. The door moved. It did not swing open. It slid sideways with smooth motion, as if it had been used many times before. Beyond it was a large room filled with soft white light. Adam froze. The room was not dark or broken like he expected. It was clean. The walls were smooth and curved. The floor looked like polished stone. The air felt warmer here, and it carried a faint, clean smell. This place was hidden underground, yet it looked active. Adam stepped inside carefully. As soon as he crossed the doorway, the door closed behind him with a quiet sound. He turned quickly, but the door showed no sign of opening again. There was no handle, no panel. He was fully inside now. The room was wide and tall. Lights were built into the ceiling, glowing softly without any visible source. Along the walls were long tables with strange tools resting neatly on them. Screens were mounted at different points, but most were dark. Adam walked slowly, his footsteps echoing gently. He saw maps on the walls. Some looked like land maps, but others showed shapes he did not recognize. There were numbers and symbols next to them. Everything looked organized, as if someone had left in a hurry but planned to return. Adam noticed something else. There was no dust. This place had not been abandoned long ago. Or maybe it was still being maintained somehow. He approached one of the screens. As he stood in front of it, the screen turned on by itself. Soft light filled it, showing lines of text that Adam could not read. The symbols were unfamiliar, but they felt purposeful. Then the screen changed. A simple message appeared in clear English. "Welcome back." Adam stepped back. His heart pounded. Welcome back meant someone expected him. Or someone who looked like him. Adam shook his head. That did not make sense. He had never been here before. He had never seen anything like this place. The screen changed again. "This facility is safe." Adam swallowed. Facility. That word echoed in his mind. He walked deeper into the room. In the center was a raised platform with a single chair made of metal and smooth fabric. It looked comfortable, not threatening. Above it hung a circular structure filled with small lights. Adam felt drawn to it. He stood beside the chair, unsure what to do. As soon as he touched the edge of the platform, a calm voice filled the room. The voice was gentle, neither loud nor cold. It spoke slowly and clearly. Adam. He froze. The voice knew his name. Do not be afraid. This place was built to protect, not to harm. Adam looked around, searching for the source of the voice. There was no speaker. The sound seemed to come from the room itself. Who are you? Adam asked. The voice paused for a moment, as if thinking. I am the system caretaker. This facility was created many years ago. It was designed to observe, record, and guide. Guide what? Adam asked. The world above. Adam felt dizzy. He sat down on the chair without realizing it. The fabric adjusted to his body, supporting him. The voice continued. This location was chosen carefully. It lies beneath land owned by individuals selected through a long process. The selection is based on character, not power. Adam clenched his hands. Why me? Because you live simply. You do not seek control. You observe more than you speak. People like you notice changes before others do. Adam did not know what to say. The lights above the chair slowly brightened. Images appeared in the air. They showed scenes from the town above. Streets, homes, people going about their lives. Adam watched in silence. These systems monitor balance, the voice said. When balance shifts, small changes must be guided. Adam stood up. This is too much, he said. I did not agree to this. The voice replied calmly. You were not meant to agree yet. Discovery always comes before choice. Adam looked toward the wall where a doorway had opened silently. Beyond it was another hallway leading deeper underground. That path leads to understanding, the voice said. Or you may choose to leave. Adam turned toward the closed door behind him. How? The door will open if you choose to forget. Forget? Adam asked. Yes. You will return to the surface. The hatch will seal. This place will remain hidden. Your life will return to normal. Adam felt a heavy weight in his chest. And if I go forward, you will learn why this place exists, and why it waited for you. Adam stood between the two choices. One led back to a quiet life with no answers. The other led deeper into a truth hidden beneath his own backyard. He took a slow breath. Then he turned toward the open hallway and took his first step forward. The lights brightened, and the facility responded. Adam walked slowly down the open hallway. The floor felt solid and warm under his feet. Soft lights appeared along the walls as he moved forward, lighting the path one section at a time. The hallway was long, but not confusing. It felt as if it wanted him to reach the end. The voice returned, calm and steady. This section holds records. Records of what? Adam asked. Of changes, the voice replied. Adam reached the end of the hallway and stepped into another large room. This room felt different from the first. The ceiling was higher. The walls were covered with tall glass panels. Inside each panel were moving images, like living memories. Adam walked closer. He saw the town, not as it looked today, but as it had been many years ago. Small wooden houses, dirt roads, people wearing old clothes. The images moved slowly, showing daily life. These records go back many generations, the voice said. Long before your house was built. Adam moved from one panel to another. Each showed a different time. He watched the town grow. Roads appeared. Buildings rose. The old tree in his backyard appeared in many images, always standing in the same place. Why this place? Adam asked. The land sits on a natural point of stability, the voice explained. Small changes in the world tend to show themselves here first. Adam frowned. What kind of changes? The voice did not answer right away. Instead, one of the panels changed. The image showed the town during a time of stress. People moved faster. Arguments happened more often. Work became harder. The air felt tense even through the image. These moments appear before larger shifts, the voice said. This facility watches for them. Adam felt uneasy. You watch people. We observe patterns, the voice corrected. Not individuals. Adam continued walking. He noticed another room connected to the records area. Inside it were long tables with small devices placed in rows. Each device glowed softly. These are markers, the voice said. They help guide balance by small actions. Adam picked up one device. It was smooth and light. What do? They influence choices in gentle ways. A thought to pause. A moment of calm. A chance to reflect. Adam set the device down slowly. You change how people think. We protect the flow of life, the voice replied. Without force. Adam felt a knot form in his chest. This was more than he expected. More than he wanted. He moved to another section of the room. This one held a large table shaped like a map of the town. Lights moved across it, showing different areas. One light pulsed under his own backyard. This is your location, the voice said. Adam stared at it. This place was built long ago. Caretakers were chosen in every generation. Caretakers, Adam repeated. Yes. Individuals who live above and protect the facility by living normal lives. Adam shook his head. I never agreed to this. No, the voice replied. But those before you did. The table changed again. Adam saw images of people standing where he stood now. Men and women of different ages. Each one looked unsure. Each one eventually made a choice. Some stayed. Some left. What happened to those who stayed? Adam asked. They became caretakers. They lived quietly above. They guided when needed. They aged and passed on. The role moved on. Adam felt the weight of those words. And the ones who left. They forgot. They lived peaceful lives, unaware of this place. Adam stepped back from the table. Why show me all this now? Because the system detected imbalance growing faster than expected. The lights in the room dimmed slightly. Several panels showed troubling images. Weather patterns shifting. Crops struggling. People growing anxious. Small changes are becoming larger ones, the voice said. Guidance is needed again. Adam felt overwhelmed. You want me to guide the world? Not the world, the voice said. Only this point. Small changes here ripple outward. Adam rubbed his temples. I am just one person. That is why you were chosen, the voice replied. One person can act without drawing attention. Adam walked toward a final doorway at the far end of the room. It opened into a quiet space with a single window looking up toward the surface. Through it, he could see soil and roots above. This room holds the final choice, the voice said. Adam stood still. The caretaker role will awaken your awareness, the voice continued. You will sense moments that need calm. Words that should be spoken. Actions that should wait. Adam closed his eyes. And if I refuse, then this facility will sleep again until another is ready. Adam thought of his quiet life. His routines. His calm evenings. He thought of the hatch in his backyard and how nothing would ever feel simple again. He also thought of the town. The people walking their streets unaware of what lay beneath them. He opened his eyes. What if I fail? Failure is part of balance, the voice replied. Intent matters more than perfection. Adam took a deep breath. He stepped into the center of the quiet room. The lights slowly gathered around him. The system is ready, the voice said. Choose. Adam stood in silence as the weight of generations pressed gently upon him. His answer would shape not only his life, but the future of the land above. Adam stood in the center of the quiet room. Soft light surrounded him from all sides. The air felt warm and steady, as if the space itself was waiting. He could still see the roots of the old tree through the window above. That tree had shaded his backyard for years without him ever knowing what lay beneath it. The voice spoke again, calm and patient. This room activates awareness. Adam swallowed. What does that mean? He asked. It means you will notice moments others miss, the voice replied. Small shifts. Quiet signals. You will not control anyone. You will only understand when balance needs care. Adam looked at his hands. They looked the same. Nothing about him felt special. I am still the same person, he said. Yes, the voice answered. That is why this works. The lights slowly changed color. Images appeared around Adam, floating in the air. He saw small scenes from daily life. A shop owner feeling tired. A child sitting alone. A neighbor choosing whether to speak or stay silent. These are moments of choice, the voice said. Most people do not see how important they are. Adam watched as one image slowed. A man stood at a street corner, angry and restless. In one version, the man shouted. In another, he paused and walked away. Both paths are possible, the voice explained. A caretaker senses which moment needs calm. Adam felt a strange pressure in his chest. Not pain, but responsibility. How would I know what to do? He asked. You will not hear commands, the voice said. You will feel clarity. The images faded. The light dimmed. Adam suddenly felt tired. The room noticed and adjusted. A chair rose gently from the floor behind him. He sat down slowly. Caretakers live normal lives, the voice continued. You will still work. You will still rest. The facility only calls when needed. Adam looked toward the doorway that led back to the first room. Can I leave now? He asked. Yes, the voice replied. But awareness will stay. The room shifted. The lights guided Adam back through the halls he had walked before. The records room passed quietly. The panels dimmed as he moved away. The first chamber welcomed him again with its soft glow. The metal door opened. Adam climbed the ladder slowly. Each step felt heavier than before, not from fear, but from thought. When he reached the top, the hatch waited open. He climbed out into his backyard. The sun was higher now. Birds moved through the air. The world looked exactly the same as it had that morning. The hatch closed gently behind him and sealed itself beneath the soil. Adam stood still. Everything felt normal. Yet nothing felt the same. That evening, Adam went about his routine. He cooked dinner. He cleaned his kitchen. He sat quietly in his living room. But his senses felt sharper. Sounds felt clearer. Silences felt louder. When he slept, he dreamed of gentle lights and quiet voices. The next day at work, Adam noticed small things. A customer who looked unsure. A coworker who spoke too quickly. Adam found himself choosing his words more carefully. He listened more. At lunch, he sat beside an older man who usually ate alone. He did not plan it. It just felt right. The man smiled and thanked him for the company. That night, Adam walked through his neighborhood. He paused near a house where raised voices had been common. Tonight, the lights were low and calm. He felt a sense of relief. Days passed. Then weeks. Adam did not hear the voice again, but he felt guided in subtle ways. He noticed when to speak and when to wait. When to act and when to stay still. Small changes followed. People smiled more. Tension softened. One evening, Adam felt a sudden pull in his chest while standing in his backyard. The old tree rustled gently. The ground beneath his feet felt warm. He knew the facility was calling. Adam opened the hatch. He climbed down, calm and steady. Inside, the lights greeted him. The voice returned. Balance is shifting again. Adam nodded. Show me. The room filled with new images. A nearby town struggling. Weather patterns changing faster. People growing uncertain. Small guidance is needed, the voice said. Adam stepped forward without fear. What do I do? You observe. You influence gently. You trust yourself. Adam felt something new then. Not excitement. Not fear. Purpose. He realized the facility had not changed him. It had revealed what was already there. When Adam returned to the surface, the stars were visible above him. He looked up and felt connected to both the ground beneath his feet and the sky above. The world did not need loud heroes. It needed quiet caretakers. And Adam had become one. Yet deep beneath the soil, the system recorded one final note. A greater shift was approaching. And Adam would soon face a test larger than any quiet moment before. Adam stood inside the facility once again. The lights were brighter than before, but they did not feel harsh. They felt alert. The air held a quiet tension, like the moment before a storm, yet there was no fear in it. The voice spoke calmly. The greater shift has begun. Adam did not panic. He had felt this moment coming for days. Small signs had appeared above ground. People were more restless. Weather patterns felt less predictable. Decisions carried heavier weight. "Show me," Adam said. The room responded. Images filled the air around him. Not just the town now, but nearby areas as well. Farms struggling. Roads crowded with worry. Conversations filled with uncertainty. "This shift will test balance across many points," the voice explained. "This location is one of the anchors." Adam studied the images carefully. He did not feel overwhelmed. He felt focused. "What is my role now?" he asked. The voice answered. "You must decide whether to remain an observer or become an active guide." Adam frowned slightly. "What is the difference?" Observation maintains balance slowly. Guidance can correct faster but carries risk. Adam understood. Guidance meant stepping forward more often. Speaking when silence felt easier. Acting when waiting felt safer. "What happens if I fail?" "Then balance will find another path," the voice said. "It always does. But the cost may be greater." Adam thought of the people above. Their quiet lives. Their simple hopes. He thought of his own backyard, and the tree that stood there without knowing its roots reached something much deeper. "Can I step back after this?" Adam asked. "Yes," the voice replied. "This choice is not permanent." Adam took a slow breath. "Then I choose to guide." The room responded immediately. Lights shifted into a steady rhythm. The system acknowledged his decision without praise or warning. "Guidance activated," the voice said. Adam felt a warmth move through him. Not power. Not control. Awareness. He saw moments more clearly now. Not visions of the future, but chances. Small points where a word or action could soften a larger outcome. Adam returned to the surface before dawn. The world felt quiet and ready. Over the next weeks, Adam lived carefully. He did not rush. He did not force change. He followed the feeling of clarity when it appeared. He spoke to a local group about sharing resources during hard weeks. He encouraged calm conversations when tension rose. He helped neighbors connect instead of divide. None of it was dramatic. All of it mattered. Slowly, the town changed. Not perfectly, but gently. People listened more. Small acts of care spread. Problems did not disappear, but they no longer grew unchecked. One evening, Adam stood beneath the old tree. The wind moved through its branches softly. He felt a quiet satisfaction, not pride. The facility did not call again for many days. When it finally did, the voice was calm. "The shift has stabilized." Adam nodded. "Good. You have guided well," the voice said. Adam smiled faintly. "I just listened." "That is enough," the voice replied. Adam asked the question that had been waiting in his heart. "What happens when I am gone?" The system paused. "Another will be chosen. As you were." Adam looked at the soil beneath the tree. "Will they be ready?" "Readiness comes from living simply," the voice said. "From caring without needing to control." Adam understood then that the facility did not create caretakers. It found them. Years passed. Adam grew older. His hair turned gray. His steps slowed. Yet his presence remained steady. The town continued to grow with balance. Change still came, but it came with care. One quiet morning, Adam felt the awareness fade gently. Not suddenly. Not painfully. He knew his time was nearing its close. That evening, he walked into his backyard one last time. He placed his hand on the ground above the hidden hatch. "Thank you," he said softly. The facility responded with warmth. "Rest now, caretaker." When Adam passed peacefully in his home, the town felt it without knowing why. People paused. Conversations softened. The tree in Adam's yard stood still in the wind. Days later, a new family moved into the house. Their child often played near the old tree. One afternoon, while digging in the soil, the child's shovel struck something solid. The sound echoed softly. Below the ground, the system awakened once more. Balance waited. And the cycle continued.